That's right. It is a Suzuki Wagon R, and it's simply put the greatest singular car possibly in history. It's the 1.3 GL model. It's got about sort of 75, maybe 80 horsepower. It's definitely quicker than the Fiesta because it's done less miles. In fact, it's done less than half the miles the Fiesta had when I got it. Literally, look, oh hang on, you can't see anything because the key's not in it. It has done 65,000 miles, which is not a lot. And 64,000 when I got it, but obviously I've been using it. So yeah, I'll give a quick run around, a few specs, a few little things I've found with it, and hopefully it'll be an interesting little video. Right, bonnet open. Now, some of you may be thinking, but safety, isn't this a grandma's car? And yes, it was actually. Two different people, presumably grandmas, old women, owned this very example, and I have to say it's bloody clean. Like the bodywork, obviously a few issues with the paint. It's pink, namely. it's not ideal, but I have seen this fender. I'm fairly sure the guy who had it before me, he was going to make it nice and sell it on. He did this, and the paint's come out actually not too bad. It's still a nice sort of red. You can obviously see where he stopped on the door here, but it's not that bad. You can get it back. But yeah, the engine. It's a 1.3. I don't think it's VVTi, but I could be wrong because it kind of feels like it. Weirdly, I don't know. There's a few issues with it. Namely, the clutch cable isn't adjusted properly. So in certain engine speeds, RPMs, if you put your foot down, it doesn't like to go, which is going is an important part. It does have this is really hard, a wire throttle cable like the bike. Oh, the bike, should get onto that. Anyway, so yeah, no mods as of yet. I probably won't do too much to it considering I don't think I'm going to have it for that long because I've got another bit of huge news. But yeah, the interior is super spacious. I'm like 6'3", and I can sort of fit in it rather easily. It's funny because the gear shifter is quite close to the steering wheel, although I probably will get a different one. It has a Clarion stereo from standard, no aux though, so I've got this weird FM transmitter thing. You've got a cubby hole and a glove box, but that's got a thing in it. You got another cubby hole here. It's like cubby hole city up in this bitch. You got quite good door pockets, all that. And if we come into the back, you may be able to notice that the back seats are weirdly a lot higher than the front seats, but I've had 5 mates in it before. No real issues. My feet, like my knees, aren't touching the seats, but and you've got full-size door pockets back here. It's yeah, for such a little car, they pack a lot in. And we'll have a look in the old boot. So you've got a decent amount of space. You've also got these very nice handy door nets. I've got some spare washer fluid if I run out. But oops, I have to say though, this I got for the grand total of £400. It's an absolute bargain because it's dead clean actually. Because the body on it and all the running gear and that is bloody impressive. Because you look under there, there's like nothing. There's literally nothing. It's completely clean, like factory fresh. I'm really pleased with it. Now the real question that people would probably be asking is, does it want to fall over? I reckon if it had wider tyres, which by the way are 155s, yes, you heard correctly, 155s, basically motorcycle tyres, then I'm sure it'd handle a lot better. It doesn't feel like it wants to tip over. I have got it onto 3 wheels around a roundabout, which scared the living daylights out of the people in the back, because they're obviously higher up, so they genuinely thought it was going to tip over. But it's quite manageable, really. I wouldn't do too much, sporty driving with it, and obviously around around where I live, where all the roads are quite narrow, it does well. It's very handy. It's very practical. So it's a practical car. It's an incredibly practical car, and I have to say, I'm very impressed with it, and I will look forward to using it. And okay, now we have to talk about the difficult part of the video, which is so why am I in this mad JDM little doodah and not the Fiesta, which is this channel's bread, butter and profile picture? Well, namely, it was pretty chavvy before, and I full on chavved out on the chaviness scale by crashing it on a road near my house that I know very well. I just made a mistake, and that's all it takes, really. One mistake, one avoidable mistake, and that's it. End of Fiesta. I got very lucky. I was very lucky to have escaped like I did, because essentially, like, imagine sort of an S-bend, coming into the S-bend, braked too late, so obviously and it's slightly downhill, so the weight was all going to the front of the car. And it's not a long wheelbase as the Fiesta, so it's very easy to get the back end out, tip it round, which is manageable. That's happened to me before. It's just part of driving a short wheelbase front-wheel drive hatchback. But in correcting it and getting it straight again, I aimed it towards there's a really nasty curb on the inside of that, and that just popped the front wheel up. Obviously completely annihilated the Steely, and then sent me sort of across the road like that, and through a load of like thicket-y type bushes and trees, and then that slowed me down a bit, crossed over the road, and hit a tree on the driver's corner, which essentially prevented me from going over the edge into the nature reserve. The airbags went off. I was completely fine, like not a bruise or not even a sore shoulder or anything, but the car was a complete write-off. It might have been salvageable, just about, if I'd not gone into the tree at the end, but that just like bent the chassis up, and even if I hadn't completely binned it, I think it would have been too much it would have been uneconomical to repair. So, it's really unfortunate. I did like that car. It was a bloody good car. I wish I'd got more videos of it with the exhaust, to be honest, because it sounded really mint. But yeah, so but you may be asking, hang on, but if you've had this after you got the Fiesta, why haven't we had any videos for 3 months or whatever it is? That's because I got a motorbike, a 125, Kiwi TX125 to be exact. Anyone who's on my Instagram they'll have seen it, but I love that bike. It's so good, but it's not reliable enough, and you can't take it on motorways, so it's a bit impractical. I don't really mind. Some people will be really bothered, but I don't care. I don't care that you get wet on it on a motorbike. I love bikes, always have. But it snapped a throttle cable outside of Harrogate, which is in sort of North Yorkshire area, or South Yorkshire, I don't know, Yorkshire, which is about 70 miles from my house, so not ideal. Did get rescued by a biker friend and my dad. And then the chain snapped as I was leaving for work, and that was my fault. I couldn't keep up with the maintenance, so I've decided, you know, even though it is a bit boring and it is literally a granny mobile, I'm gonna get a car. So this is that car. So I hope that's basically summed it up. There will be more videos on this, hopefully. I'll try to push out one a week, but obviously if I've got, you know, work and stuff. I'm working at a petrol station at the moment. I'm going back to Domino's because it pays better, and it's the easiest job in the world, literally. Just drive around, blast tunes. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying posted, and yeah, more videos to come soon, possibly also on the bike. But yeah, anyway, see you later.